StoryWorld is a toolkit for the imagination.
Everyone has the key to the world of story.
It's incredible, like, you can tell 1,000 stories just from one.
Once upon a time, when people still lived in caves and would sit around the fire every night,
Storytellers use their magic to keep the vast and silent darkness at bay.
their tales hopped off the tongue and into the ear, taking root in the imagination of their listeners.
There, each story grew wide and tall, put flesh on its bones, and then walked about in the world. StoryWorld is a series of cards by which you can make stories.
I've drawn out 3 cards here, and the first one is the youngest son. And one day the youngest son was standing in the garden playing his flute, and he found something lying on the ground at his feet. It was a magical key. So then I go to the next card, which is the key. And here is the magical key that the youngest son had found. And he tried it in every single kind of door that he could, and it wouldn't open any of them. And it was very mysterious. And then the evening came, and there was a knock on the door. And in through the door came a strange old man with a lantern. And he said, "Have you got a key by any chance?" And the youngest son said, "I have." And the old man held out his lantern and said, "It's the key to my lantern. Please can I have it back?" So the youngest son gave it back to the old man, and the old man opened the door in his lantern with the key and lit the light inside, and then he walked out of the door and he walked up into the sky, because he was the old man who lived in the moon.
The dog had his best friend, who was the youngest son and loved to play with axes. He always used to say, "Axes are fun, it's amazing."
Pictures are really good and really detailed, and the framing for it is really good. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived.
The next animal she saw was a
There
squirrel.
was an amazing castle
warning in
which
his
lived
eyes.
near a river.
Wild beast
it was
had a
filled
pet
with emeralds
called a talking bird who helped him through his troubles.
Queen put a curse on the father.
Always a man in the sky, spy on this bird.
He went inside the door creaked.
Children love these illustrations, and I think it's because of the bright and colourful nature of them, but also just the wild and fantastical quality of all the ingredients throughout the illustration. Storytelling helps boost children's confidence, their creativity, and best of all, their linguistic approaches to creating a narrative.
StoryWorld is for anyone who loves to make stories, and so it's suitable for people of all ages. Obviously for children it's wonderful because pre-literate children can look at the pictures and tell stories from them, or look at certain images within them and tell a story or find a story, or ask for a story from their mother or father, maybe at bedtime. But it also can be used for children who are already reading or learning to read, and for making up their own stories and extending their own characters.